Welcome back to the channel. A nice crisp fall morning. A lot of our leaves are falling. Check it out. They're pretty, but I don't like them on the grass. We had the lawn looking nice with our nice lines, and now look at it. Fall is officially here, right? So, I don't know if you've seen this in the background, but I just recently sold the car, actually a couple months ago. So we've been having just the truck, and I needed to replace the car. I need something small enough that I can bebop down, get some groceries, run over to Lowe's, grab a board, and just kind of have a second vehicle that can be used for more of the little trips and so on. So I purchased this Nissan. It's a 2017 SV, so it's a V6. It's the, club cab, whatever, the bigger cab. It's got a tonneau cover on it. It's got that extension bar so you can put your load on there. Got a backup camera. There's a ding in this. There's scratches all over. There's tires aren't too bad. They're little cupped. It doesn't vibrate. The rims have a little corrosion on them. Typical New York. We got a couple little bubbles. We got some rocker panel stone chips and stuff I'd like to fix. It's got 94,000 miles, so it's typical. It has the fog lights. They're halogen bulbs. They're really dim. I'm putting LEDs in it. We've got some paint peel. Overall, it's not too bad a shape. The radio sounds nice. Interior's got some grease on it, some dirt. Carpets need some cleaning. But it's not too bad a shape. It's rides nice. Got some road noise. And the guy that had it said, yeah, the tires are noisy. Well, they are a little, but that's not the problem. I think we got some wheel bearing issues, and that's about the right mileage for it. See, the back seat's kind of nice. Non-smoker, smells good in there. The frame, you got to watch your frames on these, and this is pretty good shape. It's been fluid filmed once, he said. And let's see under the door here. Can I see anything? See, the rockers and stuff look pretty good inside the doors. But Dawson and I looked it over, and it's got, scratches, and I'd like to do a little paint touch-ups on it before winter. I want to keep it in decent shape. And see here where you get in and out, you're scrubbing your boot. Looking at the pedal wear and stuff, there's not a lot of wear or nothing on anything. It's all grease. Got a couple little spots of rust here. I think that'll clean up. We've got squirrel out here. Hi, squirrel. I'm out here barefooted. The overall, it's in pretty good shape. But what I want to do is when you're driving down the road, is you let go of the steering wheel, it stays straight. There's no vibration. It just sounds like you got a monster truck with knobby tires on them. So you roll the wheel left and right. I don't hear a change in it, but there's a growl. And so wheel bearings on these are kind of cheap. That's what we're going to go for. It recently has new brakes, he said. I haven't looked at them, but it feels good. He said brakes all around. The rotors actually look pretty good on it. But we're going to get it in, get it worked on. That's the job I want to do next, to start on these. And they're fairly simple. Pull the wheel. You take your brakes assembly apart, and there's like 4 bolts in the back. Unbolt and then pull it out. And what I want to do is, I don't have one of them presses or one of them, removal tools. So I think what I want to do is do the bolt method, where I'm grinding off a stud, and then I put a bolt in there with a nut on the backside, tighten it up, and it'll pull that bearing out. That's what I want to do. And I'd like to do that today. So if I do this right now, I can run to town. I got to go down anyway. Dawson's got a small job I got to take him to. Right, squirrel? He's a good kitty. The only thing not good about you is he brought us a bird for a present this morning. I don't like him killing the birds. I'd rather he get some mice, but I think he likes anything he plays with. Right? He love it out here. So let's get that in. I want to pull a wheel, check the size so I get the right bolt. It's probably going to be a 1/2 inch or larger bolt, probably 3-4 inches long. And I might get a pair of them so I can, you know, tighten, loosen, tighten on each one. Or not loosen, but tighten each one and try to draw them off. And get them wheel bearings put in. All right, Dawson's driving. He's got his license now. Oh no. We're taking a little Nissan down. He's got a job to do. And can you hear the road noise? You hear it, Dawson? Kind of bugs me. Turn your wipers off there. We're trying to let the leaves blow off. Up. And then I wanted it before and after. Look how pretty the leaves are getting. And here's a brewery down the road. Look at this. But there. Hear that growl? He's going about 40. Everybody's out walking. Hear how growly that is? That's annoying me, so I want to get rid of that. And I can sort of feel the vibration. Not a vibration, but a growl. And there's no play in the steering's straight. So let's put them wheel bearings in there. Okay, my wheel bearings came in. We got the truck up on the lift safely. Looks like 21 maybe. We're going to pop the lugs off. Then we're going to take the brakes off. Pull the rotor. And unplug the wheel speed sensor. And what else? I think we've got 4 bolts on the inside. Yeah. Look like what, 17s? There's the speed sensor. And it comes with new speed sensors, which is nice. There's the sway bar links. I haven't looked over the truck yet. I'm hoping this is all it is wheel bearings. We got a little cup on the tires. Might be a good time to rotate them. And then I just want to check things out. So we'll get some tools out and get started. I'm hoping Dawson gets home here and he gives me a hand. All right, with the tire removed, we start on the front drivers here. Inspect the pads. He said they were new. And they look pretty thick. I think so. We got a 14 mil and looks like a 19, maybe a 21 to remove the caliper bracket. Then we can pull the rotor off, and then we've got a cotter key, axle nut, and the speed sensor is on the new unit, so we got to trace it up and disconnect it. All right, we're jumping ahead pretty fast here. Dawson's got this cotter key out. We took off the nut for the axle. We got to make sure that pushes back. Right now it's not. This wheel bearing feels barreled, if you know what that word means. I'm going to show this to Dawson in a second. I think we're on the right track, guys. And then we removed the caliper. The brake pads are new. But look what I see here, Dawson. Check this out. Look at these grooves right here. Yeah. They're shiny. It's not okay. Why was that rubbing on the rotor? We're going to have to find that out. I didn't hear any noise, but the caliper bracket bolts are tight, and the caliper was tight, and it was so tight that we can't get that out. So we're going to pry them out of there, lube it up. The sliders do slide. They move easy. So it looks like it's just, you know, fitted in there tight. We're going to clean that up. But right now, I got the speed sensor. It comes with the new bearing all the way loose up into the electrical connector. And then I just took out the 4 bolts in the back. They come out real easy, and they were 17s. The bracket bolts were 19, 14 on the caliper. And then what we use, 1.25 inches on the socket to get that nut off the axle. So now I want to gently tap this back with a soft hammer and see if we can get the axle back. All right, listen to this. I tapped this, the axle went right back. But listen to this bearing. Roll this a little bit, Dawson. You can feel what I'm talking about. Roll it. Do you feel like the ball bearings are falling in a little dip? You see how it's not like smooth?
Yeah.
I'll get the new bearing out and we'll show the difference. What I want to do is knock a stud out. I'm not sure it'll clear, and then put a bolt in. If it does, I want to knock 2 out and put 2 bolts in and run this up right here to this spindle and tighten it up. And that should draw that out without having to get a hammer and beat the crap out of it. So I'll do that. See, I want to get, excuse me, 2 locations straight across from each other. So you get this little divot right there. Look at that. These studs might be handy for something. Too bad they wouldn't fit on the dump trailer. I need one on that. I might better take these all right off. I don't know if I will yet. But I can pound them all out and save them. There's nothing wrong with them. Use them for a project. So our axle's free. So now I want to take our new bolts and I'll put it in there with a nut and washer on it and see if we can tighten them up. Okay, we got 2 1/2" by 3" bolts. I'm going to put a washer and nut on it. Uh-oh. Too big a washer. Oh, no. It doesn't exactly fit it. It's going to make it go crooked. So I guess I'm not going to use a washer. I'm going to put the nut in there. And I've done this method before and it works. Not every time. And I want to get on a place where we're not going to hurt it. Like it's going to be pushing on the backing plate. And then down here, I probably can rotate it, just do one at a time, but let's see. You see this seam right here? We want to break that free. And so I'm going to take the gun, 3/4 socket, 3/4 wrench. I'm going to hold this nut and we're going to just tighten this up and see if this will break it free. Not, is it? We got our 4 bolts out. Usually it pops right here, and it did not happen yet. So I'll probably come in and tap it right here with a hammer. Be right back. See these wide washers? They hold it too far away. The smaller 3/8 I had, they looked a little wimpy, and I thought I could use these on the tractor, but looks like I'm going to use them on the snowplow or the tractor. It broke free a little bit just by tapping that. See that? So now, I want to loosen this up. I don't want to go crazy and bend my bolt, you know, because it will bend it. And then we're going to rotate it. And I could put it down there, but I think I want to put it back up here. Yeah, it's starting to hurt the threads. I was thinking about buying grade 8, but they didn't have threads all the way up. And I said, what good is that with half of it was a shoulder? It's not going to work. I wanted threads all the way. Get her? It's stretching the bolt a little bit. So we'll zing this back up here, I guess, is I was there. I'll come around to like there. And it's going to leave a mark on your backing plate, but it's not going to hurt anything. So same thing, we'll tighten this thing up. I guess I didn't have to take that out. Just loosen and roll it around. Okay, so now we're back. Bring that camera right in here and see if you can see this seam open up. If I can hold it. See it moving? So now we got pressure on this side. I'm going to come over by you. I'm going to tap it here again. Oh, we had this wired. We only wired the caliper bracket. Don't do that to your lines. They say it's going to kill them. I doubt it. But. Okay. See, we're broke free about 1/8 of an inch there. And then quite a bit over here. So I'll just keep tapping this and it should walk its way out. Make sure your axe is back. Look at that. We're done, boys. Check it out. That's much easier than the Subaru. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to plop it right off in there because we still got the speed sensor coming through the front. So I've got to go up here and work on this, which is a whole bunch of crud up in there. I'm going to see if I can get this cleaned out so I don't break the clip, because I see on YouTube some guys broke the clip off. We don't want to do that. Finally got the clip off. You see what I see? This is stupid design. Look at all the mud in there. Right here. You can't press that clip in because it's full of mud. I don't know how you would clean that. Put it in a parts washer, but you can't. And then, of course, they put the connection here instead of up here. We got some room, or under the hood. It's right here. So we got that. So now we're going to pull this out through and pull this wheel bearing out. All right, we got one more clip here we didn't have. Push your axle back. There's the backing plate. See that little mark we made? Won't hurt a thing. Goes through that big hole in the backing plate. Kind of remember stuff as you go. And now, get out of there. Kind of tired because I was up late. We worked on another car last night, so we going from one right to the next. So, oh yeah, this bearing's bad. Let me zip this off and I'll show you. We damaged that. It got so that's why I wanted grade 8 bolt, but they didn't have one. So I can't turn this a whole distance. But turning this, you can feel every ball bearing in there. It's like So we're on the right track. I'm going to clean this all up with a brush wheel, clean inside here, clean this, clean, spray it off, lube it up. And we're going to set our new bearing in this right out here. And I don't even have to worry about this. It comes with a new speed sensor. I'll throw this aside. Alright, now I cleaned all this off, got this clean enough inside here. Now we're going to put a little film of grease on everything. And we've got our, I don't know if he's got a rag handy or not. We need a rag. Want to grab one? Grab a rag. I don't need the cap. I just want to put a coating of grease so that the new bearing slides right in. And if we weren't in New York, this thing would have come off super easy. But that's what we get. You gotta deal with it. So put everything back together, a little bit of lube, not too crazy, but, and then, what kind of grease we're using? Extreme pressure. Extreme. Put a little bit of grease on that too, why not? Put a little grease on everything. And then we're going to take the wheel bearing, slide it over the backing plate, put the speed sensor through that big hole, and we're going to start the 4 bolts, and they come out pretty easy. And then we got to check the torque. What'd you say the torque was on them? 80. 80. We're going to torque them up. He looked up the torque for me on everything. And we're going to torque all this. And what we're going to do is put the bearing, we got to break this clip off. Let's have something for that. Hold on a second. So they are smarter on their speed sensors than American. These are located inside the bearing, not on the back where all the salt and crap is. And these come with a speed sensor. So we're going to take, it doesn't look like it matters top or bottom. Yes, it does, because the speed sensor is in the front and it clips right in that. So we got to go through, feed that through there. Like so. And we're going to set this up there like so and put our bearing on. Hold this for me. There we go. And then Get her on her axle lined up. Like that. And this caliper's in the way. Hold this over. Set your light down. Gotta have 10 hands, but you got 2 guys. Let's use 4 hands. Then get our bearing up in there like that. And then our 4 bolts from the back side. And then we're going to put these in. These are 17 mil. We're going to torque these up to the what, 80 pounds? All right, Dawson's just straightened the wheel out. Our hose is straight. Our connector, we cleaned the dirt out of that clip part and it went right in. We got all of our hoses routed proper. We got the pads in, calipers on, torque to 80 foot-pounds. And what was this one? I forgot. And now we got to do the nut. And this gets torqued to 101, right? He wrote it down. We'll check. All right, I'm going to go hold the brake because we're not sitting on the ground. Dawson's got his torque wrench, 101 foot-pounds. I'm going to hold the brake. Good time to pump it anyway and get your brake pedal back. Okay. Don't hang on down there much. Stand right up. Listen.
There it is.
Well, I'll try a couple different times. Okay, that sounds good to me. I can hear that. And now, you're going to put your cotter key back in. And he's going to tap that over. And then we're going to put the wheel on. And we're going to move to side 2. Dawson's over there putting a first tire on. And we're going to put this on time lapse. And we'll do this complete side. See how fast we can do it in. We got the brake hose straight. We got our wheel sensor on, plugged in. Got it in the brackets. We've got the pads put on. Dawson cleaned up the rotors a little bit. They had that little edge on them they always get. He was going to put the tire on, but I think what we're going to do is rotate them. So these are cupped. I don't know if you can see that here. Whoa, whoa. But if you go this way, they're smooth. You come back and you can feel it a little. I want to put these on the back. So he's going to take the back ones off. Go ahead. Don't scratch up the wheel. Go slow. Go slow there, NASCAR boy. Go nice and neat. All them scratches turn to rust. On this it won't rust. It'll just chip the paint off. And then we're going to move them to the front. We're going to check all the air pressures. And not only that, is taking them off the back. What's that going to do, Dawson? Tap one side. Yeah, like that. Or kick it if it's tough. And what's that going to be able to do? We can inspect the rear brakes right now. Now check this. Feel it. There's no cuppage. So we're going to put these on the front. I always want the best ones on the front. Front ones on the back. But I want to come back here and look at the brakes right now. The brakes look pretty good on this, and they're touching the rotor all the way across. So it looks like they did brakes on this. He said it just had brakes on it. I labeled these driver passenger for a reason. Dawson said I should know. Well, I want to show people. So this had the stud that we couldn't get back out. Remember the bolt? And I kind of wrecked it. The reason I know that is I made a nice little nick in it. Right there with that grinder. So I know this is the driver's side. And pick up this passenger's one and rotate it. Do you feel any kind of issues with it? Is it smooth?
Yeah.
How about the driver's?
Grinds.
The driver's side for sure. The bearings are what you call barreled. Get right down close. Let me get that off from the table. Come over here and listen. We got the truck running, so I want to change the oil. While it's in the air. Listen to this. I don't know if you can pick that up. Boy, that's loud grinding sound. So it was the driver's side is the one that's a problem. So we're on the right track. I'm going to go and drive it in a minute, but we're going to let it warm up a couple seconds. I bought oil and filter. We're going to change it. And after we get the oil change, we're going to lower it down. We're going to torque the lug nuts to 98 foot-pounds. Then we're going to go on a test ride. All right. They had a Napa filter on there, Pro Former, which is good. It says Nissan truck on it. There's an access hole right here. See it? You take off the little one and you barely get your hand in there, and you can't get a wrench in there. So I struggled. And then here's your drain plug there. 14 mil. Oil looks a little dark. He said it was doing about 1,000. I don't trust him, so I'm going to change it. We're putting in a SuperTech, and the number is, this is the 4-liter engine, the ST6607. And Project Farm, he did a review on oil filters, and he said the SuperTech rated pretty high. I've been using them a long time anyway. And we're going to put synthetic motor oil in it. And probably 5 quarts, but I'll probably put 4.5 and stop and check it. I don't know. Once I find out, I'll know. And then hopefully it doesn't take 7. We'll find out. We got the filter on. I got the plug tight. And go ahead and let her down, and we're going to put some oil in her. And I think what I'll do is I'll check the spec before we put oil in, see how many quarts. I know my truck takes 7. Hopefully this is not more than 5. But I have other oil here. Got some over there, got some over there, got some over there. I think a couple quarts left from projects. Pull your blocks out, and we've already pumped the brake pedal. So we're gonna open the hood, check things out under here. Using a SuperTech. It's 5W30 full synthetic. They said it can go 20,000 miles. Yeah, right. I go about 3. We put in some Lucas oil treatment. I like this for any engine. Good stuff. Extends the oil life, all this crap, but it helps stick to engine parts really well. Dawson's going to hold that a while, get all the drippies out. And you're going to shake up dust of it. And we got a couple leaves here under the hood. So now we're going to check for oil. Make sure she's up. We're going to fire it up, make sure no leaks. And then we're going to check the air filter, antifreeze. Can't see the brake fluid, looks full. We'll check all this out, power steering, everything, and transmission. I'm not sure there's even a dipstick anymore. Kind of foolish. And then we're gonna go on a test drive. All right, we got her all back together. The wheels torqued. Dawson torqued all of them. We rotated them. We did 2 front wheel bearings with 2 speed sensors. Oh, instantly, listen. Much quieter. Let's get her up to speed. We're doing 20 in our driveway, but let's get out on the road and see what she does. And we changed the oil because I don't know the previous owner, you know, if they're all truthful. Hey, it's doing 1,000, or was it do 1,000 ago? All right, let's listen close. Awesome. We're at 25. I don't hear nothing. 30. Oh man, we got a trip tomorrow, guys. We're gonna go up where the Dinosaur Barbecue is in Syracuse, New York, where the Orangemen are, and we're gonna got a couple things to do, and we're gonna go out to dinner with the family, and of course I got to do the Lowe's and Home Depot run, but I wanted to take this instead of the other truck. This is a little more economical, and I think I'm going to be pretty happy with it now. Listen how quiet it is. I probably can hear the radio now. All right, check it out. They're having a party down here. Let's go. Oh, the brakes feel nice. Dawson cleaned up them rotors, put them back together. Everything's all greased, lube, cleaned up. We got use that scaler, descaled the inside edge of the rotor and stuff, got all that junk and rust off, and this thing ought to ride nice. But look at the steering wheel, you know, no shake. I don't know if I dare let go of it here because the ditches are like 4 feet deep, but look at how straight that steering is. No shaking. Awesome. Thanks for following along with the channel. Thank Dawson for his help. He's getting a little better on all this mechanical stuff, and pretty soon he can take over and do all the business. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, guys.